I am resident of Colorado for YouTube. Joel Sands is with my Patrick. We're creators with Buddy Allen Gallant. We are here to review Spectre. We're here to continue our James Bond movie reviews. We're almost done. Um, this is
I'm sad about that.
this is
Like,
this is directed by Sam Mendes. Wait till you get to the next movie; you're going to be really sad. Directed by
I
John,
think he's going to be angry. That's what's
John
going on.
you're
Logan,
gonna be dealing with Howard Beale tomorrow night.
Neil Purvis, Robert Wade, Jez Butterworth. No, I'm not making that name up.
Yes, yeah.
Story by John Logan, Neil Purvis, Robert Wade.
John
Wait, no
Logan.
Jez? No Jez? No, okay. Based on James Bond by Ian Fleming. Produced by Michael
R.I.P.
G.
Okay.
Wilson, Barbara Broccoli. Cinematographer, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, I don't care. Uh, let's see, release dates. October 26, 2015, United Kingdom. November 6, 2015, United States. What? No London premiere, you fucking bastards. Okay. Budget 245 to 300 million.
I
Box
can tell
up.
you why they released it when they released it. They wanted to get it in well ahead of the Force Awakens.
Box office $880.7 million. So guys, when did you first see Spectre, Patrick?
I saw it. I maybe opening weekend, if not the weekend after. Yeah,
Third or
maybe
fourth day
Saturday.
it was open. Yeah, third or fourth day it was open is when I saw it. It was fairly close by.
Cool, cool. I rented this on freaking DVD before buying it.
A day.
Well, before buying the collection too. So I own two copies of this damn thing. So there is that. Um, let's see, pre-production. Okay, so in March 2013, Mendes said he would not return to direct the next film in the series, then known as Bond 24. But later recanted, of course he did, and
He got
announced
more money. That
that
was it
he,
was it was
Did
a
he direct?
scam.
Did he? Well, wait, are you talking about No Time to Die?
well, this is 2013, so in
No.
March
Oh, yeah. So
2013,
he's talking about this movie.
yeah, he and announced that he would return, as he found the script and the plans for the long-term future of the franchise appealing.
That's the
Nicholas,
bonus check that fell out of the script when he got it.
yeah, that's
How sad. Who knows what he was? No, what he was introduced to. What
It's true. The original
laid
script
out.
may have been swill, as it oftentimes is before it's shaped.
Well, no, it sounds to me like he liked what he came back because he liked what he saw in the script
Yeah,
in terms of what
but he
was.
may not. He may have seen a treatment before and decided.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
Well, he
know,
may just have been fucking exhausted.
yeah, he's pretty busy.
You direct Skyfall and
Yeah.
not be exhausted.
Yes. Plus,
but
I'm sure he was being pulled in all different directions with other scripts too.
You know, American Beauty too. I keep waiting.
Oh
uh,
god.
Mendes became the first director to oversee two successive Bond films since John Glenn. Directed five consecutive films, ending with License to Kill. Dennis Gassner returned as the film's producing designer, so production designer, while cinematographer, the guy's name I won't pronounce, took over from Roger Deakins. In July 2015, Mendes noted that the combined crew of Spectre numbered over 1,000, making it a larger production than Skyfall. Craig is listed as co-producer, which yes, he is. He
Yep.
considered the credit as a high point of his career, saying, "I'm just so proud of the fact that my name comes up somewhere else on the titles." There you go.
Well, being a producer is it's more power. It's
Yeah,
more influence over the total production. So yeah, I'm sure he enjoyed that.
it gives you more responsibility too.
Yep, absolutely.
Ask Richard Dean Anderson. He was a producer of Stargate, uh, one of the producers actually. He helped with the set design, a lot of it actually.
They
He
can
was,
do any number of things,
yep,
whatever they're called upon. They're not all money men.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're about scheduling the right people at the right time and working with the people that do that. They do a vast number of things. They can also like glad hand people for money.
What are you talking
Any of
about?
the producers
Like
can do
all
that.
the little producers, like, what are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about what Daniel Craig might be doing. I mean, because he's a star of the film, he's probably glad handing a lot of people
Oh,
and
oh my
doing
God.
that.
When you do a Bond film, it's horrible. It's so you shoot the thing for a year.
Yeah.
You train you've trained you shot the movie. Before you've shot the movie, you've trained for a year, and you shoot the thing, and then you spend the next year promoting it.
Promoting it. Plus, he's a producer, which means he's also doing stuff before
Yeah,
pre-production.
yeah, and then it cycles all over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you guys think of this movie and its plot?
Uh, I liked it okay. Skyfall's the best of his movies. It just is. But some of this I enjoyed. Christoph Waltz, I like everything he does. He is Austrian, not German, and it shows. He is he has he has this bubbling layer of humor behind things that sort of, even with a twisted character, it works. It just works. It gives life to what he's saying, and among other things that he does with the character. But he always has that kind of wry humor or matter of fact joy de vivre, even the darkest moments of his characters. And he's had, I mean, obviously he's played some pretty dark characters.
Mm.
So his presence here was very good from the first scene when he's sitting at the desk, and then he just starts talking to James, who ostensibly is hiding, and so that whole thing sets the character up really nicely, and the backstory about these guys, fabulous, basically brothers, and so all of that is really interesting.
I have a
to me.
weird theory about that. John Logan. Look at the backstory. That James was a more favored son, sort of, in his perception.
But he's the cuckoo.
But
He's not the blood son.
He's not. And a character who is bitter and goes away and plots all sorts of revenge and so on and so forth. And in other iterations, has been seen most notably in a wheelchair.
Mm.
And there was just a teeny tiny hint of Gabriel Collins.
Yes. Yeah.
In the wheelchair. Jealous. Overcompensating, overperforming.
Mm-hmm. But weirdly trying to make people feel sorry for him when he's not really hurt.
Yes. And I'm probably full of bean juice there, but certainly it's not an intentional wink wink nudge nudge.
No,
but nor is it ripping off Dark Shadows.
No,
but I just wondered, because Logan's such a Dark Shadows fan, if there was just a tiny echo, a teeny tiny echo of that carried through.
It's certainly not impossible. I mean, as a kid growing up watching Dark Shadows, I ended up basing several performances on a template of one of the characters on Dark Shadows. Not like a total replication or a cardboard cutout or anything like that, but using some of what I thought were the motivations and the deeper thoughts and all that sort of thing.
I mean, mannerisms and you went much deeper dish, but just sometimes some of the mannerisms, or sometimes some of the motivations, that might be going on in the back of the head. It's a mother text.
Sure. Absolutely. I mean, John was a kid Same time I was probably, or
Yeah.
you know, so that
So
you're impressed with that kind of stuff, and you end up using it later.
I saw this movie when my narcolepsy had started to really kick in. And I I was not kind to the movie. One of the things that can happen with narcolepsy, and I still experience it from time to time, is not just mega sleeps, as you guys well know, but micro sleeps.
Yeah, sure. You just nod off and then pop back on.
And you don't know how long you've been out, or even that you've been out. Sometimes you've just been out for a few seconds. Sometimes it's been an hour, and you don't know, and because you're in and out instantly.
Yeah.
And so the movie I saw was chopped up and was this is a long movie, but
Yeah,
it was chopped up and it was interspersed with dreams of what I thought Spectre was, the movie.
Sure. So you were being stimulated at the same time that you were passing out on it.
Yes, because I could do this. I literally do it sometimes with my eyes open. And so what I saw was not necessarily what was put on.
Right. Sure.
And I had some interpersonal issues that were also going on at the time with a former friend of mine, and a lot of our friendship was tied up in the Bond films, and so I brought a lot of that into the theater with me, and so for me, I inaccurately base my opinion and review on that. Watching it tonight, this is the first time I've watched this movie since 2015.
Yeah.
And had the treat of watching it right on the heels of Skyfall.
Right.
And especially as it's ending, as it's it's kind of Ragnarok like thing, that it feels like Logan knows about, we've got to kill all of these things to give them rebirth so they can survive. It's almost like rotating crops.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts out small, and then it's to the point it's MI6.
Right.
And then it's all of us who are about to be on the skewer. With an ending that actually kind of reminded me a little bit of Fight Club. He's going to wipe out all these machines and so on and so forth that have so much data on them. And I really loved the size of the film. I loved the optimism at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
The very, very, very clear notion this will survive.
Yeah.
And for the modern world, we have a lot of leeway in terms of how it's going to survive and what shape it's going to take. I am curious to see No Time to Die, because I can think of no more wasteful thing to do than to take
and kill him.
Finally have gotten this guy.
Yeah.
And fucking kill him.
Yeah.
What the blue is that? I mean, Barbara Michael makes some interesting choices now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But that one,
yeah,
that one absolutely takes the cake. What were they thinking? The only thing I can imagine is that they were tired of doing it, and they knew they were going to sell it.
So they Dan Curtis'd him.
And the forced implosion.
Yeah.
The forced implosion. So that whoever they handed it to would pretty much be forced to go back to such a square one.
Right.
That there would be no way to compare the two at all. And that their real legacy.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that's what happens, that they do go back a lot to square one, that they take the best of some of these Craig movies, but go back to square one in terms of some stuff. And they started, I mean, they started putting Easter eggs from old movies, the old Bond movies, into these things too. I mean, you got the Day of the Dead at the beginning, so you got the Baron from Live and Let Die running up
Yes.
and down the street,
Yes.
top
Well,
hat and everything. I
the
mean,
Peace Gloria.
yeah. And then you've got the stuff from just the previous movie when he's walking down the hallway of this shooting gallery, and the faces of all these people that Blofeld has used and then killed, are on or manipulated Bond to be the one that kills them, are all there, including him. His face is on one of them as well. So you got that the idea is that he's been manipulating it for the last several movies. He's been manipulating people, and that Spectre is that great, is really the ultimate of the secret organizations. So
it makes me really wish that Logan had been in the seat to pilot this thing from the get-go with Daniel Craig, so that could have really been, because I feel like maybe some of it was
kept the thread a little bit more.
Yeah, well, it was, what do they call, retconned.
Yeah,
and maybe it wasn't, but I think it would have been even tighter.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. There was another Easter egg towards the end of the. Oh yeah, it was like the optimism you talked about. It was like from the Lazenby film before the very end of it.
Yeah,
but when they get
you
married
got the
and stuff
girl
like that, when they're walking off together, I mean, in this movie,
what a sweet.
That's Lazenby, man.
That is the best possible refutation of the complete, all-consuming hate of Blofeld.
Yes, he's just laying there watching them walk away.
On walk into the sunset.
Yeah, yeah, I did like that moment, and I thought that Christophe did a really good job of not going. He just played it as subtle as possible. Just
yeah, because so your two choices for most actors would be no, or the Samuel L. Jackson ironic laugh.
Yeah,
and verging on madness.
Yeah,
and fine choices, but not ones I want to see again. And I think the neutrality that Waltz had, it was neutrality, but it was never boring.
No, absolutely not. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, and the neutrality that he had there was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was good. I think was really open ended in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had said this in an interview. Waltz himself is when he plays a character, he wants to where the audience can't predict his reactions. So
he sure mastered that.
And not just this film, but if you ever watched the Django Unchained, same thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are key pivotal scenes where you don't expect him to behave or respond or react the way he does.
Yeah.
That comes from, I think, some improvisation too, and that directors look at him and say, well, yeah, okay, let him play around. Let's do 3 or 4 takes and see what happens.
Richard Hornby has a really good book called The End of Acting. And one of the things that he has in it, this is great, is a little illustrated plate. And he talks a lot about placidity in the actor.
Mm-hmm.
That, maintaining as much neutrality and relaxation as possible in the face so that you can go anywhere. And he offers, as his example, this wonderful shot. I don't know if it's from Angels with Dirty Faces or what. There's a movie that Cagney made with Bogart.
Mm-hmm. That would be Angels with Dirty Faces.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Cagney's in the forefront. It's screwed up like Edward G. Robinson.
He's the most honest histrionic actor ever. That ever was.
He is. But Bogart's behind him. And Bogart just has not a blank expression, but a neutral expression.
Right.
In D&D terms, he is holding his action. And Hornby says, look at this picture for a while. Whose face do you keep going back to? Do you stick with Cagney? No, it's exhausting. And you know it. It's like, okay, here's the story. It's right there. We don't need to do any more. But Bogart's a guy to do anything at this moment. And that was a huge aha for me.
And this was at the point in time where he was starting to be appreciated for his acting ability, not just his ability to play mobsters, because that's what he was doing an awful lot of at this point in his career. But he had done some terrible movies. When Warner first had him under contract, he did a movie that was, I can't remember what the original title was, but it was called They Call It Murder, and it was a melodrama. It was like 1930, and it was just god awful melodrama, and it wasted him. It wasted everybody in the picture. It was just one of those things. It was at the beginning of the talkie era, and so some of these actors were still doing silent film stuff, and he wasn't. He was being menacing as hell with the least amount. I mean, as a matter of fact, he probably wanted to do less, but they probably told him to do, X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, then he did Dr. X, the only horror movie he ever did, which he absolutely detested. He could not stand that movie. But I mean, obviously, Warner had him under contract, and so he did it. And then he went away for a year. Part of that year, he was doing summer stock theater, and he came up to Maine and did a play or two at the theater that I ended up doing my internship at. Many years before, of course. And then he went back, and he went back. He went to Broadway, I think, and then he got. Eventually, he ended up getting Petrified Forest.
Yeah.
And then Betty Davis said, "No, we need him to play Mantee," and because they wanted somebody else to do it, and that's when it took off for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who starred in Petrified Forest, they did it as a play, and Bogey was in the play, and the guy who starred in it, he wanted Bogart. He said, "You need him."
Yep.
And Humphrey never forgot that.
No, that was what's his name that played Ashley Wilkes, and also Betty Davis was in the stage production as well.
Yeah,
she also was very supportive of Bogart.
Why can't I remember who played Ashley Wilkes?
It's
Leslie Howard.
Yes, Leslie Howard.
Leslie Howard.
Yeah, he was also he was in the stage play and the film of Petrified Forest.
Yeah.
I don't know if we rated the last movie. It's a 12. This movie's a 12 too, so 2 12s.
I give this one a 10 plus.
I give it an 11. Yeah, I mean, Skyfall just
it's just that just that much above everything else. In the Craig series.
It's like once you've listened to Beethoven's Fifth and Ninth, the rest of the symphonies are masterpieces, and if you had heard those first,
you might have thought they were number one, right?
Yeah, but those are Beethoven's Fifth. I mean, that really is
Well, the fact that this film made Quantum of Solace matter. I mean,
well, it does. I mean, it goes back to some of the stuff in that because of the so-called quantum secret organization, which is really just part of Spectre.
Yeah.
Well, how appropriate.
Yeah.
A small part of Spectre, a quantum.
A quantum.
Yeah.
A quark.
A quark.
What gosh. Favorite scenes, guys?
Well, I think it's when you finally get around to Blofeld.
I think
it's got to be the Bond Blofeld stuff. I mean, that's
that first scene where he's sort of, it's dawning on him who he's looking at from the balcony, and it's also Blofeld. It's dawning on him that James is there, and he starts talking to him without looking at him. He's in his conversation with all of his minions, and then all of a sudden he says something, and he mentions James, and that's a really cool scene.
When Bond goes to the funeral and he sees the girl and he sees Waltz from the back, actually, that scene I love Dave Bautista's entrance into this movie. Really, really good.
A wrestler that's actually made a good career as a good actor. He's really developed as an actor. So.
Now, I'll say this about Christoph Waltz. the Blofeld moment that I can only hope that he really wanted to recreate and was bugging the producers about the whole time was the Blofeld in drag moment. Except he just would have done it for fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the fact that they got the cat in there.
Yeah.
The white cat is there. But I also love the fact that he sets him up in this freaking torture device that he takes so much time with it that he gives him an opportunity to escape.
Of course, classic Bond villain.
Yeah.
You could hear Scott Evil echoing.
Yes, absolutely. You could hear him going, "Just shoot him."
Yeah.
No, I'm going to play with these keys on this laptop for a while and see what happens. Yeah,
I really like Q in this movie too.
Yes, Ben is really good. He's really good. And if you've never seen Mary Poppins Returns, he is wonderful in that movie.
Is he?
He'll make you cry. He's just so good, so good. Yeah.
What's he play?
He plays the grown-up kid, or one of the
all right,
kids. Yeah.
The Banks kid.
Mm-hmm. One of the boy and the girl that knew Mary Poppins when they were little. When they were little.
It was weird. One of the things that endeared me to Carl was that, by God, at age 16, I knew who David Tomlinson was. See some other 16-year-old quote that. No way. Not then. Not now.
Oh my God. Is there anything you guys want to add about Spectre before we go?
It was pleasant to go back to this film.
It really, yeah. I feel like I have a new friend. I really do. And I feel like knowing the rancid Flottus that is winding our way with No Time to Die. I feel like if these movies have to have a coda, it's a pretty good one. This is a pretty good one.
It is, and I hope that you'll find some things to like about No Time to Die.
So do I.
I think you might. I think you might, because obviously the real problem we all have with it happens right, at the end, of course. So there's a lot that goes on leading up to that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's been a while since I've seen it, so it's been since 21 since I've seen it. Yeah. Lisa hated it because he dies at the end. She just, good for her. A lot of people have that same reaction. Louisville, absolutely. I wasn't particularly pleased myself. So
solid Louisville chick.
Yeah.
So. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Day Book and Bound is going to be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel. Call and support After Dark is going to be in the description box. You guys have a safe night. I'll see you tomorrow night for No Time to Die.
Cool, thank you, sir.
The final acclaim or the final insult, whichever.
Have a good night. Oh my God.